I invite you to join me today where we look at a 978 cattle car that needs a little bit of repair. Today on Austin's American Flyer, where we're having fun with S-Gauge till the cows come home. Hello, Rich. Thanks for sending me your cattle car. I decided to remove the top shell for two reasons. One is I didn't want to risk breaking anything when I put the replacement side frame on, because I've got to crimp it and kind of torque things a little bit, and I just thought, I'll err on the side of caution. The other thing I want to do was actually take a look at the inside of your cattle car, make sure it worked. We didn't really talk about that. I guess I assumed you wanted it inspected and serviced if necessary. Couple things. This looks super clean. A few little cobwebs and whatnot, but it looks really good. And I've got a transformer here. You can see it's set at like 60 miles per hour, which that's the output. I've got one power supply going to the wheels that have the pickup there, and then I've got you can see the butt of my cow here. I'm just going to go ahead and touch this. So anyhow, works really good. I did find that there's a metal piece in here. Sorry if this camera work is just pathetic, but there's a piece of metal here that actually is a short piece. It just goes from here to here, and it was bent in. So if I hadn't taken this apart, I'm not sure your cows would have been able to get through. I just bent it back. I don't know why it was bent over like it was, but it would have impeded your cow's progress through the car here. So anyhow, there's that. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is, fortunately, I found one of the correct side frame. I had this scrap side dump car that I robbed it from, and it's the only one I have. I thought maybe I had a couple more because I've got some of these cattle cars in a box that I got, junk stuff. But as I dug into that, all of them are the link coupler, and so the side frames are a little different. And I don't know if it would work. Probably would, but I had a spring, which you were missing, and I had the side frame. So I've got those attached, and you can see this is sprung now like it's supposed to. That was missing. What I wanted to just mention to you, explain, so that when you get this, you'll understand. And I used your wheels. This is the one I assembled. It was in pieces, and this is the other full one. This is still just a tiny bit, right now it's actually a little bit more than a tiny bit loose. And these are held by pressure exerted from this metal piece. And I have crimped and smashed that thing down as much as I can, and I'm not happy with how loose it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up a little bit of JB weld and go ahead and kind of goop that across here. I'm going to put some in the back side too. Again, not very much, just a little bit. The other thing is the other side here is a little bit loose too. I was able to tighten it up some, but I'm going to go ahead and put some epoxy in there, again, just to tighten things up. Now, barring any huge wrecks that you might have with this down the road, where it gets dropped or stepped on or something like that, I wouldn't have any worries about that epoxy holding forever. Hello, Rich. Welcome back. Wanted to kind of just go over what I've done to your car. The JB weld has been curing for 2 days now, so it's nice and solid. Now on this side, I ended up going with some on top of the truck. I kind of debated whether or not I should do that, but to be honest with you, I decided that I was more interested in this not coming loose on you again. And the risk of hiding the welding or the epoxy and just putting it back here meant that the final solidity of this truck would be somewhat dubious. Now on the other one, I just did it in the back here, but obviously you can't do that kind of, gluing or epoxying through the middle, because you've got this bar that needs to be able to go up and down. So all that to say, I put it on top, and these things are solid. They obviously, you can't tell how much force I'm putting, but I'm exerting quite a bit of force, and there's no wiggle there. Obviously the whole truck wiggles, but the side frames are not loose in any way, shape, or form. Have you ever wondered what American Flyer's cattle cars look like on the inside? Well, here they are. Basically a chase with a solenoid right here. And so you've got a pickup wheel on one end and then a wiper on the other, and this is for a side rail pickup. Now I'm going to go ahead and jumper this. You see the floor actually vibrates there. So now if we take one of our Flyer cows, put that in there as if he had just been picked up and gone up the ramp at the cattle ranch. There he goes, comes off the other side. And the cattle cars were special for different reasons. They obviously had the floor that vibrated, but they also had two doors on the one side. And a single door on this side, which doesn't actually work, but these two both open and shut. So if you wanted to take your cows on a ride, you could load them up into the car and close the door, make sure that door was closed, and take them on a ride, and then come back to the cattle yard and open this door and press the button, and the floor would vibrate and all the cows would come out and go into the cattle yard. Kind of a fun accessory that American Flyer made back in the early 50s.